Hi folks, I'm Modelers. So today I'm gonna bring you a little bit of update on the Lun-class Ekranoplan at 144 scale by Takom. And so I've managed to start on the front fuselage and also on the cockpit here. So just gonna show you here. So this is the cockpit. There were some details on these panels here, but besides that, I think it's pretty simple. And I followed the color from one of the photos which I saw on the internet. So that's the cockpit, and then this will be the front fuselage. I painted a little bit on the inside, and this is the other side. So one thing that this thing fell off. I have not glued these fins yet. So if you're doing this model and if you're at this step here, so the thing about this fin is that when you fit it in here like this, you can't really tell that it is actually in all the way, even though if you push it. And one way to find this out would be at this part here. You can see that for these two, I'm gonna just try to zoom in a little bit. So you can see that it is in all the way here, and same goes for this piece here. Just need to push this in. So, but the thing is, there was a lot of sanding that needs to be done on this piece. So on this other side, I haven't sanded yet. So this is how it would look like. So if you can see here, there is a gap there. So it's not in all the way. So what I have done is that I'm gonna zoom out a bit. Just gonna take this piece off. So what I've done was I just took of course I did sand this area, but what I mainly did was I took this cutter knife and I shaved off this area like this to get this part to become thinner, so that it would actually fit into this groove here. So you will have to actually shave this off in order to make it fit. And the thing I noticed about this is after these two fins are there will be a filling job for this part here has to be filled in. So I think that is gonna be a bit challenging, because after you fill it, you still have to sand it, and there are a lot of panel lines around here, so some detail might come off. So I did not manage to glue anything in yet, but yeah, this is the only thing I had it done. And I have a confession. Actually, I think I did tell you that I'm working on the Super Hercules. So, but then I couldn't wait to start this. So, some long time ago, maybe I did mention that I'm not gonna do two models at the same time. But I think I couldn't wait, so I have started this. But the thing is, the Super Hercules, I actually have to wait for quite some time because I had done some heavy putty and I have to wait for it to dry. And then I did not have certain paints and I had to go and buy that. So that was actually holding up the Super Hercules. So I started on this. Maybe I shouldn't have started it, but then I did. So I might be working on these two models at the same time. And before I go, I would like to just mention a little bit about the colors on this Lune. So I did look up the color codes to find the equivalent for Mr. Hobby or Tamiya, but there was not really an exact match. So what happened was, today I went to the shop and I just went ahead to, I know I said I'm not gonna buy the MIG paints, but then went ahead to buy these two paints here, this one. And then I chose, okay, I found all this gray and dark blue, dark gray blue. And this is a stone gray and coal gray. So after thinking for a while, I decided to go with this color instead of this, because the thing is, I saw the video by Andy's Hobby HQ. He has actually done the video on the build, and I saw the paint, the blue paint on this Lune, and it looked quite. I didn't quite like that color, so I'm pretty sure he used the MIG color, and it looked quite. I didn't like it. So I decided to go with this color markings, but I might put the markings, the decal markings, using this decal markings, because this is the only one that was actually built. And yeah, so talking about this this review and build, I've already seen like 4 reviews in YouTube. There's 2 reviews without any explanation. It's just the just the video showing the parts, and then of course the Andy Hobby HQ. And also I found another guy, a Japanese guy. His YouTube channel is called Kishida Moke, and he did a review on this, and then he did a dry fit video, and then also he did a live stream on the build, but I don't think he completed it. He has not completed it. And the interesting thing about, I did not know that some people would do this, but this Kishida Moke channel, if you watch that, he actually cut up all the parts and stick it with a tape to do a dry fit test. So maybe for this model you can actually do such a thing, but for some models you can't really do a dry fit until it's completely, you know, built up. Because since this model is divided into all these sub-assemblies, you can actually, you know, just cut up the parts and test all the dry fits. It will probably work on this model. But then since I've seen his video, I probably got some points where he thinks that, you know, things that wouldn't fit well had a tight fit. So I'm not gonna do the dry fit thing. And for me, I don't like to just cut up all the parts and put them together, because if I do that, it would also sort of spoil the fun of anticipating the you know, the next step in you know, in building the kit. Because it feels like you've already, you know, when you cut up all the parts, you put it together, it feels like it's already finished. So I don't think I want to do that. But the dry fitting testing is actually it's a good idea if you want to check everything before assembling the actual model, because you might find some problems to it. Okay, so here I'm just trying to fit these two pieces together here like this. So he did mention that the cockpit was a bit tight, but I'm not finding that issue here. I did not do much. I just sanded off a little bit on the cockpit piece on the side, and seems like the fit is okay. And there are places like here which is going to be really difficult to sand, because there is this gun here, and I saw that he actually cut it off, and so did Andy Hobby HQ. He changed, you know, replaced this with a brass. So I guess there are ways to work around this, you know. So I think for this kit, all these edges is gonna be, it has to be sanded and maybe some putty. So there will be that kind of work, even though the fit is good. And there's another interesting thing I found out about the Takom kit. So I'm gonna show you something here. Okay, this is sprue number E, and if you notice, usually most model makers would just sort of engrave the letters, but this is not engraved. This is like you can actually see this, and I've seen this in Gundam models. All the Gundam, Bandai's Gundam models are like this. So I'm quite, you know, I did not see this in previous Takom kits, but then now I'm seeing this. And another interesting thing is they have these side gates, which is also similar to Bandai's kit, especially Gundam kits. The Gundam kits have side gate like this is in order to reduce as much as possible on the so that you don't get the cutter marks on the parts, you know, because when the gate is on the side, when you cut it, For example, let me just cut this piece off here just to show you. You can actually like cut it this way. You can actually cut it this way like this, and then I think this is not a side gate here, because this is the part where. So if you can see this, if you have a side gate, it leaves a minimal mark on this surface here. So of course Gundam kits, you know, it's more meant for kids. So sometimes they don't paint it, and Gundam kits are all pre-painted anyway. So they want to leave a minimal cutter mark on the side here. So that's why Bandai is doing that. But I don't know why Takom is doing this, because if it's just a typical plastic model, you will definitely paint the kit, you know. You're not gonna leave it unpainted. See, normally when you cut this kind of thing, when you cut off the gates, you will have some marks. Yeah, but if you have this side gate, the cutter marks is on this side where you're gonna glue it anyway, and you're gonna leave a minimal cutter mark on the visible surface. So that's pretty interesting. I don't know if Takom has anything to do with Bandai, but this gate and this kind of you know, the Sprue alphabets, that's exactly Bandai. I think I'm pretty sure Bandai has patented the side gate technology, and you know, I don't know about this, but the side gate technology is probably patented. So if Takom has nothing to do with Bandai, probably they have to pay royalty to Bandai, or maybe they don't. So I'm not so sure about that. So anyway, today let me just show you a little bit more on this. Let me just move my camera. I wanted to show you that I found this photo, and this photo of the internet, and this is the cockpit of the Lune. And so I tried to make the color, you know, like brown on the seat, light green. And then this is a typical Soviet, the Russians military, you know, cockpit color. So that color is very typical. And then just before we go, I just wanted to show you this also. So this is the completed kit by Andy Hobby HQ. You can check out his channel, and this is the blue that I'm talking about. So this blue, to me, it doesn't look so good, so I chose the other color markings, which is actually both, maybe a darker gray here and a lighter gray here, what they call the stone gray and a coal gray. So let's see how that turns out. So I'm not gonna go with this blue. Looks a bit strange to me. So anyway, so this video is getting a bit long, so I'm gonna stop here. I will try to bring you another update on my Hercules also, and also on this. So probably I'll work on both models at the same time, and then bring you updates whenever I can. So until then, take care, and thanks for watching. Bye.